Avowed, released at the very start of 2025 to somewhat mixed reviews. I myself was super excited for it as the developers behind it were Fallout New Vegas's very own Obsidian Entertainment. Unfortunately, it just didn't hit the mark for me.
You want to try saying that in a way that doesn't piss off the Imperial Envoy, loser?
God, some of these dialogue options are just...
I was given a review copy to play 8 months ago, and I was disappointed. However, since then, Avowed has come out with 2 massive patches, and another along the way this fall. Did Obsidian finally fix the hardware optimization, crafting progression, and combat systems? I was curious too, and since no one seems to be playing this game, I decided to lock myself in Avowed for 24 hours to answer my own question. Is it good now? In spring of 2025, there was a massive 60 gigabyte patch that apparently revamped the progression system, crafting, gold income, and stat penalties. That's most of my issues from my first video addressed right there. In July, they launched their summer patch, adjusting the crafting system once again, adding new abilities, plus new unique weapons and armor. I'm also interested in seeing how their optimization changed for the hardware. It's officially supported on Steam Deck now, so they must have improved it to some degree, right? To start off the 24 hours, of course, we're beginning with the tutorial. I'll be avoiding all major story spoilers throughout this video, so don't worry if you've never played Avowed before. The tutorial didn't take me quite as long to do this time, but I did notice some major differences between launch and now. All right, here's my guy right here. Fantastic mustache peeking out from under this wood. I do want to go for a little bit more of a magic build this time. Okay. I mean, it looks graphically very similar to what I remember. This blue is around here. Yeah.
What do you say me for?
Wait, these guys still move in like stop motion. You see this? They move in like 15 FPS, these like animals and creatures and stuff. Oh my god. Okay, the weapons do feel better. Like, they really feel like they hit, which I like. I need wood, like timber, if I remember correctly. That was a very important, like, resource, and, like, flint and stuff like that. And there's different, like, tiers of crafting materials, too. Any secret stuff up here? Aha! It pays to explore. A common dagger. Okay, you can see the upgrade requirements. Okay, so to upgrade either of these, you need 4 pieces of iron and 2 pieces of, like, vegetation. These are the things I have to keep my eye out for. And last time when I played, they were impossible to find. Chicken chilling on the table here. Probably not safe to eat, but I'll steal it. Oh, right. There's the execute animations. Those were pretty awesome in this game, I won't lie. I don't remember these guys dropping like fish and stuff. I kind of remember a lot of these dead bodies not dropping anything, so maybe that's new as well.
I always heard folks say you were blessed. Looks more like a curse to me.
Yeah, I would agree. It does look more like a curse than a blessing. I'll see what happens if I let her go. Oh, she joins the party. Interesting. I know there's a boss fight coming up, so having an extra party member is nice, I won't lie. Okay, so here's my first class ability. I think we're gonna go for the mage stuff mainly. Magic, when the game first came out, scaled differently than gear. There's basically a bunch of levels of progression for physical gear, but magic didn't work that way. So magic was kind of like always scaled to your character's level, and it was a really good way of just like destroying stuff. Okay, here we go. We got a wand. This is all the magic stuff. Go to my second bar and put in the book. And then, no, not this, the wand. There we go. So you need a book and a wand, and then you can cast some spells. Oh yeah, the wand does not do that much damage. But look at this, if I press 1, my orbs, look at, that does a lot of damage. Enemies drop health and magic orbs. See? This purple one is a magic orb. Boom. See it, I restored at my bottom left. Okay, yeah, there's a boss fight here. I remember this. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh! Dude, this guy is tough. Holy shit. A loot chest. Silver, a mace, health potion, iron chunk. Okay, here we go. That's an upgrade material I need. That's kind of cool. In the first time I played, you kill her. If you choose to not free her, she shows up as a mini boss in that big boss fight, making it really tough. But this is definitely the better way to go about it. I'm still seeing a little bit of like, you can see if you look at this pillar, there's a little bit of ghosting around it still, even with the 5080. After finishing the tutorial and checking out some of the new changes to the combat, I ran into a little issue. I began to immediately notice some severe lag and frame drops. My PC specs are on screen now, and I don't understand why Avowed could possibly be struggling. This game only uses about 70% of my graphics card and 30% of my CPU CPU on ultra graphics. To me, this points towards poor optimization, and despite my absolute monster of a computer, I had to lower my settings to get a constant 100 FPS even while not recording. I'm pretty sure Obsidian did improve the performance to some degree. Probably for the Steam Deck update, they had to ensure it ran at a specific performance level to be verified, but that's just a guess. Still, it didn't excuse the stuttering and lag I'm getting on the third best GPU in the world. During my 24 hours of playtime, I would freeze, stutter, or frame drop once every 20 minutes without fail. I'm playing this game on an SSD, and it didn't matter where I was in the world. Cities, dungeons, open world, hell, even cinematics would just freeze up on me.
By Wodica.
Okay, crashing in the intro cinematic. Fortunately, there's a lot more changes to test in action, so let's jump back to Paradise and see what's new. Level 3. Okay, I probably should do some level up stuff. I haven't been spending any points at all. Okay, my bad. Maybe I'll go for a little lightning. Dude, I love the magic. The magic feels so much better than any of the melee stuff. Wait a second. Oh my god. Did they add it? That you can change the time of day? No way. Please tell me this works. Oh my god, they did. It looks beautiful at nighttime. Look at how nice this looks. This is what I've been asking for. Oh my god, it looks so much better, so much more enjoyable to look at. Look at all these little lighting effects on the plants, the stars. Oh my god, that is a huge addition. I love that. Watch this. I'm gonna electrocute a whole family of bugs. Okay, watch this. Ready? Oh, I didn't have enough range. Oh my god, it's so nice just being able to like AoE these guys. Oh my. Oh wait, the bear has a teleport ability, or is that a different bear? Is this wood? No, damn it. I need wood. Watch this wombo combo. Ready? Boom, boom. Okay, second boss fight. I remember this one being a little tricky. I do miss the fact that there's no easy way to restore your like mana in this. Like once I'm out of like potions here, like I'm just toast. Like I don't have anything else. It'd be cool if like heavy attacks restored your mana a little bit. There we go. We got a cool execution on it too. For the final hit, didn't even drop any loot. Okay, level 5. Now, what I'm interested in is seeing what I can buy with this gold. So I wonder if I can get a tier 2 weapon potentially. I have to find a vendor for that though. I'm gonna go for a 2-hand weapon on my front bar, and then on my back bar, I'll have some spells and stuff. So I think I'm gonna pick up the Great Sword. It's a lot of money, but hey, I think this is way cheaper than it was previously, or it's easier to get gold, or maybe both. I don't know. All right, we are gonna do a bounty mission with a tier 2 weapon, and this is a tier 1 mission. You can tell because the bounty doesn't even have a skull on it, which means it should be very, very easy. So let's see how easy it is. Oh my god, I love the kill cams. Yeah, my sword does a lot of damage. Okay, dude, I actually like 2-shot this boss with a tier 2 sword. Okay, the stats are definitely better. Right, okay, so this is the enemy leveling system, basically. So the amount of skulls above them, they're basically super resistant to your attacks. So you want to make sure you have the same tier weapon as them or higher. This guy is only level 1, so I should basically one-shot this person.
Hello.
Absolutely destroyed that person. Oh my god, I am beating the shit out of these bosses. I'm coming. Okay, if my memory serves me right, there's like an ogre or like a giant or something, and it has a really good 2-handed weapon. Oh yeah, there he is. The big fat guy. Oh shit. We're getting close. Holy shit, that was really close. Aha, there it is. Has this ever happened to you? You're trying out a new game for the first time and keep getting stuck. You don't know where you're supposed to go, you're struggling to farm materials, or maybe you're having a tough time with a boss. Well, that's where WeMod comes in. Just hit Alt+W to open this in-game overlay and have access to all these beautiful tools. WeMod is a desktop app that helps you remove obstacles and have fun in over 3,500 single-player games, from Avowed to Skyrim to even Bloons Tower Defense. Whether you need help finding your way or just want to tweak the difficulty, WeMod's got you. Wiimod automatically detects your game library when you launch the app. Pick your favorite game, launch it, and with that single click, you can access all of Wiimod's tools from the in-game overlay. I can see my in-game location on a dynamic map or tweak my settings to allow for a smoother experience. So if you ever feel stuck, short on time, or just want to play your way, download Wiimod for free using my link, wiimod.gg/frostbreak, or click the link in the description. Customize your experience, finish that quest, overcome that barrier, and get back to having fun on your own terms. As I crossed hour 10 or so, I was finally making my way into the second zone, the Emerald Stair. I had done most, if not all, the side quests and bounties in the first zone, so it's likely I would have more experience and gold than the average player, as I prefer to take my time. But that didn't stop me from dying instantly. The second zone has enemies of Tier 2 blue and Tier 3 purple quality, meaning your items and weapons from the first zone are piss useless here, so upgrading should be your top priority.
Holy shit. Sun and Moon. Morrowind reference. Morrowind reference. Oh shit. Oh no.
What I unfortunately noticed is you literally cannot pick up purple gear unless you have the gear of that slot. For example, when I first got to this zone, I did buy a purple chest piece. I was then able to find purple armor, either off of bounties or throughout the open world. However, I really liked how this great axe felt to play with. I like how it feels, I like how it looks, I like the enchantments. It's a really fun weapon to use. You're basically forced as a player to dump your inventory and pick up the next tier of loot to have an even somewhat of a small chance of progressing with the new items. I just tested this out. I am in the very first zone. I went to go back to do a side quest and get an achievement. Look at this. It's a tier 3 weapon. This is the first zone. Okay, if this gear rule is true, then there's a very, very good two-handed sword you can pick up from this side quest. If I can get it in purple, that would be phenomenal. So let's see if that actually works.
All right, moment of truth. Oh my god, it's tier 3.
I guess they didn't change the crafting system how I would have expected when I looked at their roadmap. Gear in Avowed drops based on your current item tier. If you have tier 3 armor but a tier 2 weapon, like I did, you will see tier 3 armor drops, but never tier 3 weapon drops. This sucks for several reasons, which I've already spoken about. My quick and dirty solution would be to introduce a blacksmith or some kind of vendor that allows you to improve your gear. I would gladly pay an extra 20 or 30% on full price, which in my case was around 8,600 gold. But instead of getting some basic ass weapon of the next tier, it bumped up my current weapon to that weapon's progression level. Let me carry my trophies and gear from hard-fought battles of the past. The crafting system is still super expensive for upgrades, and although it's easier to find the resources in the open world compared to launch, it's a paradox. The player needs resources to upgrade their gear. The resources are found in the open world. The open world is littered with high-level monsters, but the player needs better gear to get through said monsters to get said resources. It's still poorly designed in my opinion. More tolerable than launch, don't get me wrong, but it still feels bad to interact with. As I progressed through Zone 2 and approached the 18-hour mark, I noticed the combat feeling super bloated. I was actively trying to avoid combat encounters for the first time in this game. Don't get it twisted, I 100% the bounty board and did almost every side quest in both these first two zones. I had some of the best gear you could possibly have, solid perks, abilities, stats, etc. But the combat just started getting super spongy and unenjoyable. This was one of my major complaints on launch. However, I will concede they did improve it, or perhaps delay it is the better description. I felt the combat was too spongy in the first zone on launch. I didn't feel that way this time. Instead, that feeling kicked in for me in the second zone, and even more so in the third.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I need 10 attacks to kill just a random foot soldier enemy. Look at this. Tier 4 enemy. I do fucking peanuts to this guy. Dude, I need like 7 or 8 regular attacks to kill just a general tier 3 guy that's the same level as me. Boom! Oh my god, give me a break, man. Oh my god, I died. Whoa, this is a really cool looking city. This is like kind of Japanese style. I got a big ass dinosaur in the middle too. But my first stop has to be upgrading my gear, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, these guys sell tier 4. 30,000 gold for one item. Holy moly. Okay, I need to find somebody who actually sells the gear I need. This guy? 32,000 for a great sword. I mean, I have to. Like, I just have to, or else all the quests I do here are just not gonna give me the correctly leveled loot. Okay, we have enough for one purchase. I think I'm obviously gonna go for the weapon, but I'm gonna have to come back at some point and drop another 30k on another piece of armor, so I can then start getting tier 4 armor drops. All right, here we go. 33,000 gold down the drain so I can get a tier 4 sword. Oh, god damn it. Okay, just out of curiosity, if I wanted to upgrade my other sword, this one, what would I need to do to take it to level 4? Not even fucking close. I've been playing for 18 hours. I'm not even remotely close to be able to upgrade this from purple to red. Damn, it's so sad, man. Like, there's so many cool items in here I got from like bosses and stuff, and I just can't use them at all. New town, new bounty board. Let me scoop these up while I can. I could probably do 2 of them at the moment. Maybe 3. These 2 I think would be too hard for me. But maybe they'll have like unique weapons that I can actually use instead of this garbage default sword. Zone 3 was where I really started to notice the side quests you do are basically all the same. Most of the side quests are what you would expect from a bounty board, which this game also has. I've been 100%ing these zones as I move through them. 90% of the side content you do are essentially fetch quests to get an item or kill a person with almost no added narrative value. Now, I do say 90%. I would say each zone has at least 1 or 2 banger side quests, but they are few and far between. For the last 2 hours of gameplay, I decided to drop the difficulty lower to see if it made a difference and made the combat less spongy. Keep in mind, again, I have some of the best possible gear you can have in Zone 3. Tier 4, 3 out of 3 upgrades. But I will admit, the combat felt a lot better on easy. Look at how much easier it is on an easier difficulty. Oh my god. It was like the super expensive investments into my gear were actually doing something for the first time in this game. But of course, who wants to play on easy difficulty? I just wish the gear progression system for normal or hard rewarded you for actually upgrading your items. I got all the way to the end of Zone 3, but even on easy, the combat in this game just shoves hordes of enemies at you rather than a single elite or challenging boss. This combat system would have paired beautifully with Souls-like boss mechanics where there's an emphasis on timing, dodging, parrying, etc. It's just a shame they didn't go that direction. Overall, what are my final thoughts on Avowed after 24 hours of gameplay? Did they improve it since launch? Is it fun to play? Is it good now? Avowed is absolutely better than it was at launch. If you asked me to give it a rating in January, I probably would have said 5 out of 10. It was literally the definition of mid. Now, I might give it closer to 7 out of 10. Performance has improved slightly from what I can tell, but still too unoptimized for what I would expect from Obsidian. The gear progression system is better, but still needs some work to feel meaningful and impactful to the gameplay experience. As far as an RPG goes, the main story is slightly above average, and the side quests are slightly below average. I would actually compare this quite closely to my experience in Fallout 3. That game's main story is pretty good, but not overly enthralling, and its side questing is either doo-doo dog shit or very enjoyable. In Avowed, there's almost always more than one way to approach a quest and more than one way to end it, which I think is good. No spoilers, but there's a few pivotal moments where you can really affect the world, similar to Fallout 3. I'm talking like blowing up a city level of impact. But non-narratively speaking, Avowed is still missing a lot of stuff that makes an RPG an RPG. There's no stealing. You can't attack NPCs. You can't barter with merchants. There's no reputation system. There's no factions, cults, or guilds you can join. The world is less interactive compared to most other RPGs I've played. However, that world is absolutely beautiful. Part of that, of course, has to do with me being able to run this game on ultra and high graphics, but there were several moments where I just had to stop and take it in. Dude, this area looks so fucking cool. Holy. Anyway, the best part about this game for me is the combat. It feels visceral. It feels clean. It feels responsive. We've already spoken about the gear and how the combat can sometimes feel spongy, but when that feeling isn't there, it's super fun to play.
builds feel very fluid and viable. I went a weird medium armor, two-handed battle mage, and it was great. My last build was a light armor spear dude with a shield, and that was fun too. Perks and abilities feel strong when you buy them. You can feel your damage increase, and new spells are always fun to use. Interacting with the environment with elemental effects is also very cool too. Freeze water and objects with ice, electrify water sources to zap the people inside. It's really interesting. The combat overall is by far my favorite part of this game and why I did not hate my time playing it. Although I will concede, over time the combat does start to blend together a little. There's not enough enemy variety for my taste, similar to Fallout 3, which had like 4 enemy types. A common theme I feel for Avowed is it would have slapped as an early 2000s RPG, but in 2025, most consumers just expect more. We've been spoiled with too many absolute banger RPG releases in the last 3 years alone. Avowed just doesn't compete, and that's probably why the Steam charts are looking the way they do, and why the Reddit sees less than 1 post a day. So, should you try Avowed? I think so, just not for full price. A couple months ago, they added it to Game Pass, so you could try it there. In my opinion, the combat and builds are the only thing with a lot of replay value. I did a more evil playthrough this time, trying to side with the Steel Garrote, but as far as I can tell, the game's like 5% different at maximum. NPCs do react to me differently, but the actual content is more or less identical. Regardless, I had fun playing Avowed for 24 hours, which is an achievement for any game. I would recommend it to anyone who has a solid PC and is looking for a casual RPG where combat is the primary gameplay loop rather than questing or storytelling. Not to say Avowed doesn't have narrative aspects, they're just not what stood out for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to drop a like if my 24-hour review helped save you some time. Obligatory shout out to my members who make these videos possible. If you want early access to videos and exclusive polls, consider supporting the channel and joining as a member. That's all for today, and I hope to see you in the next one.